I know you guys aren't this quiet.
Rob and Ryan.
Coach, just in a general sense, how did you evaluate your guys on Saturday when you feel like they need to clean up coming out of the Georgia game?
The biggest thing just on our end, just a couple of small things, and usually it always comes down to details. Being able to finish some plays when you're in the open space. We had a few missed tackles that we have to clean up. That's probably the biggest thing on our end from our room that we've got to make sure that we continue to address and clean up and go through and work from on a day-to-day basis.
Just Edwin Stillman specifically, how pleased are you with what he's been able to do through 3 games?
We've been very pleased with him from a production, from a leadership, and from him driving on the field. He's been doing exactly what we would expect and anticipate, and at times a little more. So we know that his role is consistently, continuously growing. And we know he's one of the upper guys in the room to where when we sub or the next man in that comes in, there isn't a drop off. Often at times, he's actually doing better when he's in the game. So we've been definitely pleased with him thus far after 3 games.
Why has up front? Why has Ben Bolton earned your trust to play him as early as you do and as much as you do in games?
Because Ben Bolton has really endured what we call the battle of a Navy SEAL, where we put him through a lot of instruction, a lot of testing, and a lot of pressure. And he's come out on the backside of that, showing that from a leadership standpoint, he understands how to lead our defense, but also from a performance and production standpoint, he knows how to drive the defense and put our defense in a scenario where he's not a inefficient player when he's on the field. So with that, he's gained our trust, and that's why on my end, I don't think twice about putting him in the game.
To the back with Rick.
All right, off the wall questions.
Off the wall, come on,
Off the
Rick.
wall. Since
Off the wall, no way, come on.
Edwin played for Trent in high school. Are you leaning on him for any Dilfer tendencies going into this game?
Well, we have had questions, to him about, hey, are these some of the things that you guys saw that you did in high school? But from that standpoint, but the biggest thing on our end, we're going to trust and rely on our preparation and our understanding when it comes to how we get ready for the games. And we know just because of who he is, where they're from, there's going to be some bags of tricks that we just have to be ready for on defense.
Brent Fitzgibbons.
Yeah. What are the challenges with the perimeter passing game that you saw some from Syracuse, you saw from Georgia, and some of the over the middle stuff? I mean, how challenging is it for a linebacker in this system to play in coverage?
Well, it's just a matter of you having to do your job. The biggest thing that we tell our players is you always have to understand the call itself, the concept of the call, and making sure you do a great job of defending high to low. And those are the biggest things that we have to be able to work on. And when the ball is in the area, it belongs to us, so we've got to be able to make sure we can go get it. Somebody fumbled something. I heard it.
Yeah, that was.
I heard it.
What you mentioned UAB a little bit. What do you see from that Trent Dilfer and UAB offense?
I would say multiple in the things that they do. They have a lot of personnel groups, primarily, let's say, the 11 and 12 personnel, but then you'll see they do a lot of good things from my perspective with number 11. Who is he a running back? Is he a wide receiver? Zero does a lot of great things. So what they do is they want to get the ball to the skilled players out in space and have you make the one-on-one plays. And do some things to try to get your eyes and your eye discipline a little crisscrossed to where they can get someone free over here and everybody's running over there.
Patrick.
Coach, kind of looking at the big picture of the defense, what's the message you guys are kind of stressing this week to kind of sort of bounce back from last week, just as an entire defense?
Yeah, just make sure you work to finish. Finish your plays, finish the sequence, finish on third down. That probably the biggest thing was us on third downs. And when you continue to peel layers away, it was making sure that you can be even more efficient on second down, because some of the second downs led to a third down and medium or third down and short. And if you can be effective there, now you get them in the third down and longs. And that's been our calling card. So we have to continue to, as we would say, bounce back and get to where we've been and do what we do.
Brent.
You're obviously comfortable with 4 linebackers right now with Ben and Edwin and Jeremiah and Arion. How much more depth do you need? How concerned are you maybe workload snaps for a guy like Arion? Is that something that you look at, as you move forward here to try to balance that rotation out?
Yes, that's something that we're always looking at, and we tell the players from a development standpoint, you have to make sure that you're ready to go and you're doing the things that you need to do to where when your number is called, you can go in and you can be effective and efficient. If there's one thing I would say looking over my shoulder that I wish I would have done is probably had Harmon in a few more plays from our side, and that would have taken 10 to 15 reps off of AC. But from us playing guys, I tell the guys, if you're prepared and you're ready, you're going to have a chance to go in the game.
Patrick, last question.
Following up on that, Coach, you talked about Jaden. What did he do? Come miss spring, had the shoulder situation. What did he do in preseason to get on the field in the first game, first couple games, and have you say that you maybe should have played more? What has he done, sort of fast track his way on into the plans?
Just his level of preparation has been very good when it comes to him in the meeting room, but also the things he can do on the field. You can see that he shows flashes of being able to show up and being able to make some plays. And as coaches, we say he can do some things we don't have to coach. And that's exactly what you love, because he'll make a coach look really good just from a skill set when he's on the field. So those are some of the things that he's been able to do, and we trust him, and he's going to be on the field more.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, go Vols. Thank you all.